everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Picnic Table Chat Show. This is season 4, episode 11, and for some strange reason, it was scheduled for Wednesday, so I've made a mistake at some point. I need to adjust those, but tonight is tonight, and I will sort out Wednesdays and get all the numbers right. So anyways, right now we're looking at the pond section of my multi-species tank. I thought I'd show this because at the time, Mr. Krabs was sat right in the middle of the pond, and there was a couple of different crabs out and about, and I thought I'd just show you how they interact with the ants and give you a different view for once. But we'll go back to the ants at the moment. I've been feeding them sugars tonight, just loads and loads of sugars, because they've been seeming to really want, I suppose it's because of the heat, but they're really into their sugars at the moment. I'll do protein feed tomorrow, which is delayed from what I would normally do, but that's completely fine. You know, you don't have to stick to a completely strict schedule all the time. So I'm just feeding them loads of sugars tonight, let them fill up on that, and then I'll give them their protein tomorrow, which will probably be a couple of pinkies or something big like that, because they need something big in this weather. You know, the nest has been insane over the last few days or week. Like, there's just ants all over it all the time. Loads of drones poking about. I haven't actually seen any females yet, which is kind of weird, but then it might just be that they're already like mating in the nest or just staying in the nest for whatever reason. Now, I am going to say it's just started raining. Wow. We need this. Let's be honest. This country needs a good rain in a minute. If you're in the UK, little shout out to you. It's boiling hot. But the rain is coming. It is starting down my end right now. And if it keeps going, you might get it further north. I don't know. But we can be thankful for a bit of rain. But welcome to everyone for joining on YouTube, Facebook, and back on Twitch. We are back on Twitch now after our short little break. We are at 51 or something followers, something like that, which is really cool. It's a great number to hit. And it's sort of like a benchmark number in the Twitch world. I don't know how many people of you use Twitch, but it is sort of a benchmark number in the Twitch world. So now it's just onwards and upwards from there. So yeah, welcome to everyone, and welcome to everyone listening in the future on Spotify, Anchor, and Apple Podcasts, because this also becomes a podcast. Now, we did have an interview lined up for tonight, but I'm afraid they've had to cancel pretty much last minute. They are going to reschedule, so I'm not going to spoil it by telling you who it is or anything like that. We'll just leave it for another day. So you've got me chatting for tonight. But we are going to do a little giveaway in a minute. But first, I'm going to tell you about the main giveaway we've got. I'm mentioning it every stream in a minute, just to make sure that everybody knows. If you've bought a ticket to the Great Ant exhibition, your name will be put in a hat. And on the 31st of July, there's Mr. Krabs, we will be pulling a name out of the hat for a £25 voucher on an Ants on the Rock store. So that's if you've bought a ticket by the 31st of July, your name will go into that hat. I think that's pretty cool. It's not a bad prize, you know. And like I say, if you use the discount code, which is coming across the screen in front of you, then your ticket's only a £10 and you have a good chance of winning £25 and coming to the exhibition. So that's pretty cool. I am going to move the camera back in a minute, but we'll just watch Mr. Krabs for a second, see what he's up to. Oh, good evening, Katrina. I'm going to say good evening to everyone. Good evening, All Ants UK, and Roger and Tracy, and anyone else that's listening here. Right, so let's have a little looky look. Now, I did say all the details of that giveaway, so let's have a little looky look at what I've got to talk about today. I've actually got some really interesting stuff. I'm gonna a little teaser, and then I'm gonna go into the giveaway. We'll just jump straight into a little duck race for a £5 giveaway. Now we'll make it a £10 on the Ants on a Rock store. Whoever wins, just send me a ping after. And I'll send you the code sort of thing. So hang about for 5 minutes and we will do the giveaway. Feel free to invite any of your friends in, send out the link to people. I don't know. I'll give you a couple of minutes to do that. If you feel like doing that and being nice and saying there's a giveaway happening, feel free to do that. So little teaser. I've come into contact with someone who's really, it's crazy how local he is. He's pretty much on the same island of me. Like, what is that about? And we've never met. And he's been researching a rare ant colony on the island that I knew nothing about. What is going on? How did I not know about this? What is going on? So that's exciting. I'm going to tell you more about that after the giveaway. It literally blew my mind. So I'll tell you more about it in a minute. I've been out today, went for a massive family barbecue. Going to tell you about that as well. It was quite interesting. It was quite fun, and I ate absolutely loads. So I've got a few stories to tell. Why not share them with my awesome community? But before we do that, let's do a duck race and a giveaway for £10. Let me set up a duck race. Now we currently have 5 people in. So all you need to do is call out a number. I'm going to put in 7 ducks, just in case any people join. And all you got to do is shout out the number of the duck that you want. We're going to have it for 4 minutes. Right, 4 minutes. We're going 10. We go straight 10 ducks, right? Is that a good idea? Yeah. Oh, good evening, Antisocial. Thank you for joining. Yeah, right. I'll go to 7 ducks. We'll go with 7 ducks. Right, for 4 minutes, 7 ducks. Just shout out a number. You'll get that duck. If it comes across the line, you get £10 on the store. Simple as that. Ping me a message on any of my social medias, and I will send you the code straight away. I'm bringing it up now. Ta-da! Right, I'll give everyone a second to make sure they get a number. We've got Antisocial at number 2, Tracy Howard number 7, Katrina is number 5. This is open to anywhere. If you're in another country, we can make it work. I just can't ship ants to certain places, obviously because of the laws. But you know how it works. Currently 4 people in the chat, 1 less. So let's get it started. People can still join in. If they come in late, they can still get the number on the duck. As long as the duck's free, they can still join in until the end of the race. Let's go. I am going to mute it and do that because otherwise we're just not going to be able to have a proper conversation. Let's have a little talk about the ducks. We've got Professor Duck. Professor Duck studies the race course, as you know. He spends lots of time studying all the corners and stuff, so he knows it really well. We have the plain duck crew. There's quite a few of them. There's 2 and 3 are plain ducks. Now they act as a gang. They always go for the leader. They come out with like a dastardly and mutley sort of scenario where they're digging holes and filling things in. They got branches swinging and traps and all sorts going on. What else have we got? We got Chef Duck. Chef Duck just loves food, so he's a little bit slow off the mark, but when he gets going, he's got the energy to go right to the finish. Spotty Duck. Let's not talk about Spotty Duck because that's a bit rude. You got Statue of Liberty Duck. Obviously wants freedom for all the ducks. I don't really know. And then Judge Duck. Judge Duck actually sounds like it's because of Judge Dredd, isn't it? Judge Dredd. That's what makes me think of whenever I say Judge Duck. But anyways, I'm going to move the main camera back to the ants whilst this is going. Ooh, a little bit shaky then. We're all right. We're alive. That's the main thing. How are we doing duck-wise? Well, we've still got over 2 minutes to go. Hopefully it's not lagging too bad. It doesn't seem to be lagging too bad at the moment, which is a nice change. And that rain has now stopped, by the way. It was like the lightest thing ever. How's my spider? I will actually tell you all about my tarantula just slightly later on. I've got a few things to talk about, a few not issues I've had, but things I've had to learn and can't get over. You know what I mean? So I'll tell you all about that. I'll tell you about my interest in contact first, and then I'll tell you about that bit afterwards because I'm super excited about that. Oh, how's Manny? I'll tell you about Manny as well. Manny's doing really actually. Manny the Mantis. We're going to have our first outing soon as well. I'll tell you all about that. I'm super excited for the next few weeks, months, however long. It's going to be amazing. Now, I have a bottle of Coke, right? I never drink Coke, but I was given a bottle of Coke earlier by the family after the end of the barbecue. I was like, yeah, I'll have that. Why not? You rehouse three tarantulas, 3 spiders, whatever, 3 8-legged things. Oh right, I'll tell you. Yeah. Let's just get this bit done first, and then we will talk about that in a minute. Because yeah, I am not very good at housing. Not that I'm bad at it, but I'm a little bit like, you know. But I'll tell you all about that. It was good fun. That was. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I remember doing it now. Beads of sweat running down my face. No, not quite, but close enough. The missus won't be in the room when I'm feeding. She has 12. Wow. Wow. That's quite a collection. See, I know they're as addictive as ants. I'm holding off getting another one, but I might get a terrestrial one. Oh, and here's the winner, number 6. Well, that was good, wasn't it? One of the ones which hasn't gone. So let's just go again. Same numbers, same everything. We'll just go again until we get a winner. I'll tell you about what's going on anyways. Right. What was I saying? Right. So let's talk about spider first then. Let's talk about the tarantula. So he was in the terrestrial setup. Like I say, I might get a terrestrial one because now I've moved him into an arboreal setup because he is an arboreal spider. I was hoping I could kind of hold out to got him a new enclosure, a proper suited one, but he needed it. He wasn't feeding properly. I keep saying he, I don't actually know if it's a he or she. It wasn't feeding properly in the terrestrial enclosure, clearly because it needed food higher up and, you know, to do its natural kind of instincts. So I rehoused it into this arboreal enclosure where it's so much happier. Now, I tell you one thing, I'm not great with spiders. No, it's not that I have that kind of fear, because I don't have that fear that most people have, but I was definitely a little bit timid with it, just for the fact that it's a tarantula. I've never actually dealt with one before. So when I was taking it out of the enclosure, luckily it was sat on the lid. So I just took the lid off, flipped it over gently, put a cup over it like you would any spider, gently slid in a piece of paper underneath like you do any spider, and I moved it over to the top of its new enclosure. I waited for it to crawl like up the cup, and then I just sat the cup on top of the opening to the new enclosure. Luckily, they fit really snugly, and it just wandered in there. Simple as that. It was actually really, really easy. But like I say, I was a little bit just like, oh, I don't want. Don't want to drop the paper. You know what I mean? But yeah, it went really well, and it's been feeding nicely. Right. So I put a waxworm on a cocktail stick. So I put the cocktail stick end into the substrate so that the waxworm was at a height. It went straight for that. It went really, really well. Since then, it's built a nice web system as well. It's like started building its nice funnel. You can tell it's a funnel. It looks very cool, and that is among the top. So now I have to go in through like the air hole, which is quite a substantial size still, filled in with a sponge. So I got to take out the sponge and put the food in that way. Now the issue I've had with it I put the worms or whatever at the top of the enclosure, and they pretty much just fall down. That's that. He can't get to them. He can't eat, whatever. So I've kind of looked for advice on how to stop the worms or whatever and feed them falling down. And basically, the advice I was given is go for roaches. Roaches will climb up because they like to climb up, and that's where he's going to be. So I will be looking for some of my smallest roaches probably tomorrow and chucking one of them in with him. See how that goes. Let's say there's just like 2, maybe 3 waxworms dug into the substrate in the bottom of his enclosure, and I proper packed it so they can't even like get in it properly. They're just kind of sat there, but I can't reach my tweezers down through that air hole all the way to the bottom, not easily, anyways. And with a tarantula that could possibly get out, I don't know. It's not something that's going to be easily achievable. But so yeah, that's how that's going. I'm kind of waiting to see if he molts at any point. I've been obviously misting the enclosure, keeping it nice and humid because they're really sensitive to humidity at this younger stage, from what I've learned in research. We're getting near to the end of the race again, and it's all to play for. I'll stop for a second. Coming across the line, and well done, number 7, Tracy. So, Tracy, you've just won yourself a £10 voucher on my store. We'll chat after the stream, and I'll send you over a coupon for it. Well done. Happy days. I do like to give away things as often as I can. You know that. Now, what was I talking about? Yeah, so that was the spider. Oh, yeah, I'm waiting for him to molt, because once he molts, I keep saying he, it could possibly be a she. And in actual fact, in the spider world, you kind of want it to be a she, because they're more likely to live like 12 to 15 years, whereas a male is probably going to live like 2 to 3. Massive difference. It's like keeping a male ant. It's not going to live very long, and it's not really got much of a purpose apart from being a male spider, you know what I mean? Which is like a good life, I suppose, but a short one. It's not a bad thing, I suppose. I could live like that. I'm done. Kill me off. Oh dear. So yeah, that my once he molts, like I say, I've been keeping it nice and humid. They're really sensitive to humidity and and really sensitive to humidity and ventilation. So it's got good ventilation in the enclosure. I keep keeping it humid and warm and so on. It should be. It seems happy. I just got to get that feeding problem sorted, and then it will be super happy. But if it wasn't happy, it wouldn't be making a web and stuff. That's pretty much what I've been told. And yeah, it just seems happy. My mantis, Manny the mantis, he is brilliant. He had another waxworm yesterday, which was weird. Like, I tried feeding it to him earlier in the day, and he just kind of looked at it until it got really, really close, and then he actually batted it away. Wasn't interested at all. So I thought, all right, that's kind of weird. Try again later. And he just jumped on it. So I don't know what that was about, apart from the fact he was near the corner of his enclosure. So maybe he felt like it was a bit intimidating. He couldn't really get away properly if he wanted to. But it was much better later on, and he just went, which it was really good actually. He started eating it slap bang in the middle, and he split it in half. It looked very cool. So yeah, Manny the mantis and my tarantula and a few other things are going to be coming out with me next weekend. Super excited to do our very first Ants on the Rock workshop. I need to put the camera on charge. 2 seconds. There we go. Yeah, 2%. Good evening, Ted. Thank you very much for joining. You just missed a giveaway, Ted. I might have another one later. I'm in a good mood. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the workshops. We're doing our first Ants on the Rock workshop next weekend on the island, just somewhere local. They're having this big. It's hard to explain, but like in the holidays, they try and give children these events to go to and things. It's one of those. So it's a big educational kind of outsidey sort of event. lots of education about outside and nature and that sort of stuff. So they thought we were perfect for it. They invited us to come along, and we were honoured to say yes. And obviously, I've gone all out preparing stuff to take with me. I've got all sorts of different insects that I love. I'm going to take my tarantula, my mantis as well, and talk a bit about them and how I keep them at home. It's going to be fantastic talking to the youngins. I'm not going to say kids because they might not all be kids. They're youngins. They're younger than me. And it's going to be great sharing that knowledge with them, getting them a bit interested, showing them off the ants. Yeah, it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be great fun. And it's not going to be like a formal sort of event. It's going to be really interactive. So much like I am on this chat show, I'm going to be going up, talking to them, getting involved, asking them questions. You know, it's going to be great fun. And that's just the first of many. So we've got one next weekend. We've got 2 in August, I think, 1 the month after, and it's just non-stop now. Lots of workshops, and obviously we're going to be doing our big events as well. We have the Great Ant Exhibition coming up. We'll talk about that later, and obviously, I keep saying it, there's going to be more. We're well into the planning stages of the next 2 exhibitions. One of them will be further north. So super exciting for anyone that can't make it down here. You know, super, super exciting. And to be honest, I've never even been there. I've never been to that city in my life. So it's going to be a whole new experience for me going up there, just to see the venue and stuff beforehand. It's going to be brilliant. It's probably going to take me a whole day to get there, but it's going to be great fun. We're going all out. Why not? As I always do. You know it. So what else have I got to tell you about? So this super, super cool guy that lives on the island and I knew nothing about, right? It's absolutely mental. He's been researching an ant colony that's on the island that, and I always pronounce it wrong, Lasius emigratus, whatever you want to pronounce it as. Yeah. Apparently there's only 6 of them in the country. Registered colonies as such. There might be more, but in their world, they've only got 6 written down. Now I thought that was insane, and one of them is on the island where I live, and I didn't even know about it. So he's going to have to show me his research notes and things like that. I've already asked for anything that he can show me. That's just good. I want to read it. Wow. And we're going to meet and talk, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And the fact he's so local to me, you know, we could really find out some interesting stuff from him. Yeah. There's a highlight in this. He's going to be coming to the Ant Corner at one point. In fact, there's a few people who are due to be coming to the Ant Corner itself to have a tour around, see how it all works and the facilities and so on and so forth. Yeah, it's going to be really good because we don't really do that sort of thing. I always welcome anyone to come round, but I'm a little bit far from most. So it's going to be nice. There's a few people who are actually going to be coming around to that corner itself, which means I get to show off all my pets in person. Be look, you can see Manny. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Oh, I get so excited. I'm like a little kid still, aren't I? That is not a bad thing. Yeah. If I wasn't this excited all the time, you'd think something was wrong. Now, are you watching how much of that ant sugar's they're eating? That was pretty much full when we started the stream. And as you can see, there's quite a few ants. If we get up a bit, let's look at. It's a little bit hard to see, but there is a lot of ants around the nest and all over this sort of area. I hope no one gets seasick from the moving of the camera. I apologize. Oh dear, that'd be awful, wouldn't it? And the bouncing now is because it's on like a long arm tripod thing rather than a standard straight up tripod. I've got a few different camera bits and bobs, as you might expect, but yeah, it's not very great for bouncing. Like if I just slightly gently, oh, that was so gently touched. It's crazy, but it's great if you don't touch it. If you want to just leave it somewhere awkward, what it is, right, is it clips on, and I can put the camera in it, And if I really wanted, I can risk it, and I can put the bendy arm into the tank and have a downwards view for you. Now that is pretty cool, but again, if the camera falls out, it's just getting covered in ants. And I have had it before where the ants found a way onto the camera and just started walking out. But again, like, it's lucky my rest of the room's a bit colder because they didn't go far. They rather just sit on top of the lights. But they are all over those ant sugars. There was another tower just to the right and to the left. You can see one empty tower. There's actually 3 empty towers, 3 full towers. That's because I tend to do it as a rotation. What you can see is they're still on the empty towers, and that's because they still trying to get those last little residue bits. When they all come off of those towers and it's easy, I'll just remove them without any ants getting on me. So much easier when they've got the other 3 towers distracting them. They're not bothered about the empty ones, So then I can refill them and put them back in. And it's always on the switch. So I normally have between 3, 6, sometimes even 9 towers in here. They destroy sugars. But you've seen how much they eat. You've seen how many ants there are. There's quite a substantial number. One thing I did realize, under that tower that you can see right in front of you, there's actually a tunnel system which links all the way back to the crab's pond. That's crazy, isn't it? Now we know that because a crab popped out of it the other day and knocked over the tower. But I put it back in the same place because it's clearly using it as a cover for its tunnel. I thought that was really interesting. And so did the wife, because she saw it as well, actually. We were both just stood there what was that? The crab just appeared. What? And it took us a minute to really take it in, It was one of those moments. Oh, so what's everyone been up to today? Has anyone been out enjoying the sun? Everyone's been saying it's super hot. I've actually been slightly cooler today than I have been the rest of the week. I don't know why. Excuse me. I could kind of, it might do with that. I had a haircut. Haircut for Tom. So, but yeah, that might make me slightly cooler. Why is it? Yeah, that's better. You don't want to see my face. Slightly cooler, and it's a bit nice without all the crazy hair. Good evening, Lisa. You all right, buddy? Yeah, it's a bit nicer without all the crazy hair. But it's just generally been not so hot today. But we've had a massive family barbecue. There was I don't know, near on 20 of us at my Nana's house. So to my kids, it's their great grandparents. They're 80 odd now. It's my Nana's 80th birthday, pretty much. Good evening, Katrina. Thanks for coming back. It's my Nana's 80th birthday or something like that now. So we all went over there, me, my older brother, my older sister, my younger brother, all of their kids, all of their partners, my mum and dad, my grandparents were there. It was just crazy. There was people everywhere, but there was so much food. We've all absolutely stuffed ourselves to the point we can't exist. We can't move. It's just done. It's been brilliant. Yeah, really nice day out. I don't get to see all my family like that ever, really. I didn't even see that many at my wedding. And we don't tend to do it very often. It's been nice. I mean, I don't even see my grandparents that often, so that was nice in itself. It was nice to see every individual person and nice to see them as a whole. But I wonder, has anyone else made good use of their summer holidays yet? Has the holiday started for you yet? I know some schools have already broken up. My kids are there until Wednesday, and then they've broken up. But I know some people have already broken up. So what have you been up to? Been at the beach? I've been down at the beach, but I do live 5 minutes from the beach. I'm in perfect spot for a holiday, but I live here. It's been beautiful out in the sun. We got the beach, the sand. I'm going to stop rubbing it in now because it makes me sound horrible. I don't get to the beach that often, if I'm completely honest. And honestly, in winter, it's not that great. Your holiday starts on Friday, yeah, and working. Oh, yeah, I know that. We're not even going to go into my work stuff at a minute because it's just absolute madness. But I'm concentrating so much effort into the workshop stuff and the exhibition stuff at a minute. I'm living the dream, kind of. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm super excited about the way things are going. So yeah, I went for a nice barbecue today. Has anyone else had a barbecue yet? Now, here's something, right? Here's something. Has anyone else had a barbecue that they couldn't have yet because it looked like it was going to be nice and then it just chucked it down with rain? I had a couple of them earlier in the year, believe it or not, because I love a good barbecue, whether it's hot or not. I'll whack the coals on the fire and chuck a mackerel on something. Now, luckily, we have world-class fishing here. Literally one of the best beaches for fishing in the world. Simple as that. And that's not me saying that. That is fact. And we've got great waters around here in general. But you can chuck a long line off, come back like feathering long line, and come back with like 5-10 mackerel every pull if you know how to do it. And yeah, you don't need many. Chuck them straight on a barbecue. Lovely. Now I know some people might be against that, but I would rather go and catch my own fish on the sea, knowing that they've lived a good life in the sea and so on and so forth. And then I'm going to eat it and nothing's going to go to waste. I'm just going to eat it and so on and so forth. There's no unnecessary killing for numbers or anything. I do eat meat. Everyone knows I eat meat, but I'm just saying, like, I always feel that fishing is actually the most ethical thing, really. I always say as well, if they could give every homeless guy a fishing rod, they could feed themselves at least. I don't know. I don't know, but that was the kind of thought I always had when I was fishing. Let's give everyone a fishing rod and let them catch their own fish. They might even be able to sell some and make a living. I don't know. Get everyone into fishing. Fishing's a great job. If you're from the seaside sort of area, fishing is a great job, and it's one of the only other trades that's not tourism, believe it or not. Gonna try and get away from the office in time for my arrival. Won't be able to do everything I hope. It's completely fine, Katrina. It's completely fine. But we are going to meet and have a hug regardless. But don't feel you have to treat me any different. I'm just a normal guest, normal guy. But we are definitely going to have a hug when I get there because I appreciate everything you've done for me. But yeah, so I'm going on holiday. Anyone that doesn't know, I'm going on holiday in about a month's time, something like that. I know I'm on holiday for my birthday, which is a month from yesterday, on the 16th of August. So it's in about a month's time we'll be on holiday. I'm still going to do my stream. Don't think I'm not, because it doesn't make a difference, does it? Really? I don't think there's any laws against where I can stream, so I'll just find a quiet space, and you'll have to bear with my face for a bit rather than the multi-species tank, which would be a bit weird, but needs must and all of that. Yeah, no, it'll still be fine. It'll be great fun. It'll be different, like I say, and we might even I'll walk around and see what ants I can find. Katrina, maybe you can tell me of some good ant colonies to find on site, and I'll go looking for them on the stream night. I don't know. I'm going to make it a really good stream, though. It's probably going to be one of my better ones because I'm going to be out and about doing something different. It's going to be good fun, actually. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to the holiday. I haven't had a holiday in well, I still lived with my parents, so 19 years. I don't think I've had a holiday in about 19, maybe 20. Yeah, about 20 years probably. I could do a holiday. And apart from the stream, I don't think I'm actually going to work much. I work my butt off on different things, but I think I might actually try and put my phone down for at least a couple of hours a day. I mean, at least a couple of hours, at least 1 hour, maybe half an hour. We'll see. We'll see what happens. No promises. That's the problem. When you enjoy what you do and you're passionate about it, it's really hard to just stop. I will keep you informed, Tom. We'll get Zach to keep eyes out over your way, apparently, which is good. Cool. That's a long time. Yeah. It's not that long. That's it. We talk. Oh yeah, no, I thought we were talking about them. Yeah, 20 years is a long time to not have a holiday. Now I don't mean like I haven't like sat down and relaxed. Don't get me wrong, but I haven't actually deliberately gone away to do anything. But that's just a way of it. You change. I don't know. I wasn't in a scenario where I could go on holiday, was I? Let's be honest. Anyone that knows. So let's talk about something else. Whilst we're talking about holidays and the beautiful weather and it's amazing out, let's give my every stream warning. I do this every stream at the minute whilst it's so hot. Please remember to give your ants, inverts, and other insects loads and loads of water. Spray their enclosure. Make sure like they've got access to at least one, if not two, water supplies. It's always handy to give them extra. There's never harm in it. At least you know if one dries up, they've got another one. Or if they're both drying up, then you need to water more. You know what I mean? It's never harmful to give them extra water, in my opinion, especially in this weather. Sometimes missed 2, maybe 3 times a day in this weather because it is insanely hot and we don't want our pets suffering in silence because it is hard to tell with a lot of them if they're overheating. When they slow down, they're getting cold, but a lot of them, they don't really show those kind of signs of overheating until it's really too late to bring them back. With ants, you can kind of tell sometimes their bodies will get a bit slimmer and their abdomen will get a bit slimmer as well. It's not easy to tell though, and not easy at all. But that's the way I've always kind of see it. You see them kind of start shriveling up before they shrivel up. Basically, it's not a nice way to go. But dehydrating to death wouldn't be great, would it? Not something I would recommend. Now, let's have a little chat about something else. Something else. So a bit lighter. Like so, I'm fighting to keep my nano reef tank cool, let alone your inverse. Yeah, nano reef tank. Like, send me a picture of that, please, because that's like something I'm really interested in. I've experimented a little bit about reefs, but there's saltwater tanks are just a pain in the ass. Let's be honest. Sorry, it's before my watershed. I know, but that was necessary. Yeah, uh, they're easy once you get the hang of them, and I'm kind of lucky. I'm blessed with proper saltwater, but they are just a pain to look after. You got to have that because it's constantly getting higher concentration as the water levels going down. You need to have the constant adding in of water, and you know what it's all about. So yeah, I'm really interested. I'm really into reef tanks, but it's not something I've really expanded my hobby of much, if you know what I mean. I've dabbled in it, but it's not something I've really gone, actually, I'm going to go all out with this like I do everything else. But yeah, I'd love to talk to you more about your reef tank. Very cool. I know I said it last stream as well. I know someone with a like water cooling system that runs around all the ant enclosures, pretty much along the same line as the heat wire thing. I forgot the word. It is a heat cable. How can I forget that word? Right. So yeah, the heat cable's there. The water pipe sort of thing's there. When he turns off the heat cable and he needs it to cool down, he just turns on the water thing, and cold water basically gets ran round in this pipe system. And I thought it was ingenious. It's brilliant. It keeps it all cool. Maybe a little bit too cool in places, but they could deal with that if the other side's at the right temperature because everything's blooming hot at the minute. So that's really cool. So I'm gonna. I don't know how I got back to that. Right. So I'm gonna talk to you about something else. Oh no, that's how I got back to that. Okay. Right, I'm gonna talk to you about something else. Right. So I sent someone a package, and it didn't turn up when I thought it was going to, and we both kind of panicked because it is very hot at the minute, and I'm not sending out any ants until it is cooler now. But I sent it on one of the cooler days last week where it was nice and overcast and whatever. And it didn't turn up when we expected it to. Now, bear in mind, this is first class and everything. But it turned up today on a Sunday. What? Since when do the post go on Sunday? But apparently they were completely, what's the word? They're working off a backlog. So they're delivering on Sundays. Have you ever heard of that? That's weird. I don't know. But at least he got it, and all the ants were fine. It was a colony of Myrmecoruba, and all the ants, apart from one worker, completely fine. Everything else obviously was fine, wasn't an issue, and he was super happy with what he got. He got an enclosure and fact sheets and the ants and loads of stuff in there. You know how it is when I pack a box and just like chuck it in, more. It's great fun. I just love doing it. But yeah, so I just thought that was weird on a Sunday. That's confusing how they delayed them. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not. It's like, why didn't they just deliver it straight away like they should have? Now I'm hoping, right, that was the only parcel that happened with that, because I know I sent someone else a parcel on the same day, and they aren't able to let me know if it's there until tomorrow. So I'm just kind of hoping that it's there. It should have been, you know what I mean? I can't see why they did this. I've never heard of anything like this before. It's so weird. Really annoying as well. But on a Sunday, I just can't understand it. Like, what? But if Royal Mail want to start delivering on a Sunday, that's only a good thing, you know. I'm not going to complain about that. There's enough to complain about with Royal Mail. Let's not complain about them actually delivering the parcels on an extra day. Oh dear. So yeah, he's super happy with his formicarium. He sent me a picture of it. He set it up, and he's attached to a test tube of ants. They're going in and out and running and doing their thing. Yeah, super excited. I get excited to watch it happening, because it's not like one of my ant colonies, you know what I mean? I don't feel that way about it, but I do have an attachment to every colony that I sent out. At the end of the day, I've cared for them for however long that I've had them, and I do get attached to every colony. I like to see them succeed. That's why I always offer as much help and advice as I can give, and as much free stuff as I can give, because I just want to see every colony doing well and every ant keeper happy, you know. But so it's been super cool to see the setup actually built and set up and looking beautiful with ants in it. Yeah, really cool. And Myrmecoruba as well. I haven't seen Myrmecoruba in that setup before. So again, it's just a little bit different, a little bit cool. I'm loving it. As you can probably tell. We do send out quite a few parcels now. I'm not going to go into numbers, but we do send out quite a few. It's going all right. Excuse my cough again. Here's something really interesting, right? So I live on this little island surrounded by the sea, believe it or not. My island is surrounded by the sea. I didn't know if you knew that. But yeah, you probably did. So it's surrounded by the sea. Now, my lungs are done. Like, they're pretty bad, as most of you would probably know from me always moaning about my health. No, I don't moan. I try not to moan. What kind of setup were they put in? It was the Portamore founding setup that I sell on my website. Yeah, so I've got. Oh, what was I talking about? 2 seconds, whilst my brain comes back into action. That completely threw me off. I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, that's what I was saying. Right. So yeah, all of you who know me know that I've got all these health conditions. My lungs are absolutely done in, but I'm carrying on anyways. Who gives a monkeys? But something really weird, right? So I went for this family barbecue on the other side of Dorset. So inland. I actually had to go inland. If I was a pirate, I'd be shaking in my boots. Still before the watershed. So yeah, I went inland, and it's weird inland. There's farms and stuff and fields. You can't see the sea. Yeah, it's really weird going inland. Um, oh dear. But the minute I kind of get up over the hills which surround Weymouth and Portland, my chest feels like there's an elephant sat on it. It's really weird. And now getting back this evening, I'm sort of like easing up a bit, but I can definitely still feel there's something there. It's not happy. What a nightmare, eh? So I basically, I've always got to live near a beach, otherwise I'm going to cough lots and hurt more. I don't know. It's a good excuse to live near a beach, though, isn't it? But yeah, so it is something I've heard a bit before because of the salt air and stuff like that. It helps clear the lungs out. I've never really thought of it that much, but there's a massive difference. I tend not to notice it the places I go because when I do go places, I go to other seaside places. You're describing it like it's an alien world. It is an alien world. It's weird. There's people walking about and stuff. You don't get that over here. We just kind of ignore each other. I can't explain it. It's when I go to a city, I'm just completely awestruck because although I used to live in Exeter and Torquay and Plymouth, much bigger places than here, like when you come to Portland, it's quite. Oh, I think my camera just went weird. But then you go inland, and it's just. I think my thing just booted that microphone off, so hopefully you can hear me now. Yeah, I was just saying, I do like city life. City life is kind of my thing, really. I do like rural life. I kind of live anywhere. Oh, hang on, now we've got to do that one. Yeah, I live pretty much anywhere. When I was younger, I moved about lots and lots and lots. So I'm quite happy to sit anywhere. But I do like the ruralness. Like I say, it's like a little village. Um, there's little villages surrounded by fields and stuff, but they're not really fields. They're more sort of wasteland areas that you can't build on because it's a bit of a cliff or something. Lots of cliffs, lots of quarries. Yeah, sorry about that, buddy. My internet on one of the on the microphone side just went a bit off. I'm gonna actually be ringing the Sky company tomorrow because it's absolutely ridiculous. I keep saying it, I keep complaining, and I've had technicians out and everything, but I'm quite angry about it, to be honest. Because we pay good money and the service is worse than my phone. Like, why is it more expensive than my phone if it's worse? I don't know. I'm not happy about the current situation, and I do apologise for the bad technology as always. But hopefully you can hear me now. Let's have a little. Right, so we've got 6 people in the chat. 6 people in the chat. Now I'm going to say, Tracy, you can't join in with this one because you've already won. Yeah, Blooming Sky, it is the Sky Internet. Rubbish. Rubbish, especially on my island. But we're going to have another giveaway now. We're going to do another £10 giveaway because I'm feeling nice. So all you got to do, there's 6 people in the chat. I am going to put 6 ducks, but I'm afraid, Tracy, like I say, you won't be able to join in because you've already won your voucher earlier. And just to keep it a bit fair. So I will put in 6 ducks just in case someone else comes in. You've got until the end of the race to call your number. We're going to go for 3 minutes, 6 ducks, £10 voucher on the Ants and Rock store. Give me a message after the stream and I will send you the coupon doodad thingamajiggy. There we go. Adding that in now. Ta-da!
Oh, cool. We've got some good ducks there. And there's 7 people in the stream now as well. So I was just saying, well, the £10 giveaway on my Answer the Rock store. Choose a duck, choose a number, first come, first serve. You know, Antisocial was 2, Recess 4, Katrina is 5. Katrina, that's very, very kind of you. I'll give it another. In fact, did I put 3 seconds. Hang on, we're gonna have to change that. That one. There we go. Right. So, okay. We got Viking duck in there, purple striker duck, snowman duck. Let's get the race underway. You've got 3 minutes to enter. If you haven't entered already, you have until the end of the race. And hopefully, it doesn't lag or freeze. I expect it's lagging, but we'll get there. We'll get there. And it's a fairly close race this time. So if you are in the chat, you can still enter. All you got to do is call out a number that's not been chosen before.
No, I'm hoping this doesn't cut out again. I'm back on the proper microphone. It's much easier using that microphone. Otherwise, I just got to kind of shout at the other camera. Which, although it sounds funny, I've literally got to like shout at the camera. Can you hear me? Hello. Number 4 is doing well. We got number 6 is coming up. Number 3 coming up through the middle. Oh, excuse me. Dear oh dear. Number 3 is holding the lead at the moment. That's good. Thank you, Visa, for letting me know. Come on, duckies. I don't care who wins. I just want to see a winner. Go on, duckies. Go on. Viking duck is slowly pulling ahead now. So I'm completely neutral. I just want to see one of the ducks smash it. But that's just me as like a strong man, I suppose. We don't care who wins. We just want to see great competition. Right, go on. Now they're all bunching up. Who's coming? It is going to be number 2. Well done, number 2, Antisocial. Maybe next time, Resaf, we're definitely going to have another one on Wednesday, so don't miss out on that. So that is Tracy and Antisocial. If you want to give me a message on any of my social medias after the stream, I'll get you your coupon codes for £10 on my store. Got some pretty cool stuff on there at the minute, some really cool ants. In fact, all the messers I have now also have workers now. So if you want messer, structor, miner, or barbarous, I have workers on them all. So yeah, I'm thinking I might do like a deal on all 3 messer species. If you buy all 3, you get like a certain amount off. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. You know, I'm always thinking of giving things away for less. Taxman's gonna hate me. He's like, how much did you make? Oh, actually, I took a massive loss. I just gave it all away. Oh well, it's all good. It's great fun. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Share the love. Oh, sorry. I apologise for my awful chest, and I should have muted my microphone. Out of every duck race, you've never won. Wow. Okay. I can't. I don't know what to say to that. That was really sucky and surprising. You've never won. Man. It's gonna happen. It will happen. Like, what's the, So again, I apologise. But yeah, it will happen. We'll make it happen, buddy. We'll make it happen. Like I say, we'll do another one for another £10 voucher on Wednesday. And good luck for that one. Well, good luck, everyone. But you got to win eventually. Everyone wins something. Well, they should. I don't know. Yeah, one day. That's it. I always say that, like, you just gotta stay positive. I always used to think I'll never win anything ever because I generally have bad luck at most things. But occasionally I might win something. Now that's very kind, antisocial. I'll let you two sort that out, and I will deal with whatever's the outcome. You know what I mean? That's completely fine with me. I have no problem with that. No, that is seriously very kind, very, very kind, antisocial. Like, I love you guys so much. You're all such a great community, aren't you? Like, not just to me, but to each other. That's like amazing, amazingly kind and very respectful between all of you as well. I enjoy streaming to you guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you would like to be called. I just enjoy talking to you all so much. You're very, very cool people. Right on my level, if you know what I mean. There we go. There we go. So yeah, Resaf, give me a message, buddy, and by the looks of it is yours. Like I say, that's very, very kind of you, antisocial. You're not antisocial at all. You're very, very cool. Your name doesn't doesn't help the situation, but no, seriously, that's really cool. Has anyone got anything that they've got questions about, anything they want to bring up, talk about, or anything before we start heading towards the end of the stream? Just because you know how I don't want to bore you with nothingness. I'm starting to run out in front of me. I've got one or two more things in front of me, but to be honest, they're not even that interesting. They were sort of a last minute add onto the sheet. It's been a long day at this barbecue, if I'm honest. I was expecting to be back like normal sort of time where I sit down and write my script and my bullet points that I follow. I don't really write a script, that's the wrong word. So I tend to write like a lot of bullet points. Like I tell you, I've got like giveaway, contact, duck race, this, that, blah, 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 just to like run through and always have something to talk about. Thank you very much, Antisocial. That's very kind. Tom, should I just, if you want to message me on Discord, that's absolutely brilliant, Resaf. Yeah, perfect. And I shall get straight away to that. Yeah, so I always, like I say, I always write loads of bullet points and then I've kind of got it in my head what each bullet point's going to be about, obviously. But I don't really write a script because I've noticed if I try and write a script, I cannot stick to that. I go off on tangents and there's no, I can't do scripts. So I like to keep it a little bit more fluid and whatnot. But when I start running out of bullet points. I know it's time to start calling it an end. Now, I have been told by a few people recently as well, very recently, that you can tell the difference between when I've got my bullet points in front of me and when I've completely ran out and I am just going off on the top of my head. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. I don't know, but I know a few of my moderators and stuff have been able to notice, and we've had a little chuckle about it. It's been great. I don't mind. Right? It is what it is. Oh dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. But yes, please do use this time to make any announcements. If you've got any cool videos you want us to look at, anything at all, just use the next 5-10 minutes, however long it takes, to just send messages, make your announcements, whatever you want to do. The chat is open. I'm not sure that links will work, but you're more than welcome to say check out my channel or any of that. I completely don't mind. It's open floor. Go nuts, guys. Take the mic, whatever. And I'm gonna carry on chatting for a minute whilst we do that. So we are heading towards the Great Ant exhibition. I'm not going to go on about it too much because on the screen it's everywhere, and I don't stop talking about it sometimes. So let's just have a little 5-minute chat. 31st of July, we're going to be drawing the prize for the ticket holders. You know what I mean. I said it earlier. If you've bought your ticket already, you'll get entered into a prize. If you buy your ticket up until the 31st of July, you'll get entered into a prize draw for a £25 voucher on the store. Simple as that. All you got to do is buy your ticket for £15 or £10 with the discount code on the screen. So on that same date, I will be releasing. Thank you very much, Auntie Stacey. That's very kind. I love sharing it with you, if you know what I mean. And I love talking about it all, and like sometimes you can't shut me up about ants, let alone everything else. So yeah, 31st of July, I'll be giving a next massive update of all the extra vendors that are coming that aren't already on the list, all the other speakers and stuff like that that's not on the list, because there's quite a little bit more to add to it. What I've released so far was just like here's the word again, Katrina, preliminary. Is that right? I think that was right. It was just a first draft sort of thing of vendors and everything. We've obviously had a lot more say they are coming, and a couple which aren't going to be able to come, but are still supporting the show in an amazing way. So a massive thank you to them. They know who they are if they are watching this stream or manage to watch it in the future. Massive thank you to them, because I do appreciate all the support when it's coming to the exhibition. Obviously, it is a massive thing. I've invested lots of time, effort, and loads of my own money into the exhibition, and I just appreciate any support and any kind of support. Extra shares and things like that are always really cool. Anything to kind of get it out there, make it a bit more of a success, more people in, make it massive. The bigger it is this month or this year, the bigger it will get next year. The Discord group is Ants on a Rock Discord. If you haven't got it already, can someone please send a invite? If I think I might be able to, or if any of my moderators is on that right now to be able to do it. If not, I'll just post a link in the chat in about a second's time as it loads up right now in the background of my computer. Here we go. We have some brilliant moderators in the Discord as well. There we go, Ted. Thank you very much, buddy. And like this, it's a completely cool, safe space. We don't allow any kind of abuse or any of that. I come down quite hard on it because I just want to promote kindness and love for the hobby. You know, that's what we're all about. And that's what this streams is all about. And you guys are so awesome for doing it. There you go. Thank you. No, thank you to all my moderators on every channel, all my moderators, all my staff, because I do have quite a lot of people that do things for me in different aspects of the brand, because I'm no longer a shop or anything like that. I'm a whole brand. We do have lots of people working in different aspects. So I always want to say a massive thank you to them, because I do. I always say I appreciate so much, but I don't have any words. You know what I mean? I don't have enough words in my vocabulary to express how I actually feel appreciation wise for all of my staff, all my moderators, all of my viewers, everyone. You're all absolutely spectacularly, amazingly awesome. I wish I had more words, but my vocabulary is just not that good. There's probably some kind of French or Latin word. Yeah, get on Google and stuff and find a word for it. I think I'm going to have to do that, aren't I? And it's going to be the most extravagant, awesome word that the world has ever heard. I might have to make it up, but yeah, I don't know. Oh dear. But yeah, I'm gonna say the last couple of minutes. If you've got anything you want to talk about, any videos or anything, I apologise for not releasing a video yesterday as well. Honestly, I've just been so busy. I haven't had the chance to film more than like I could do a video, right? But the video would be like 30 seconds to a minute long. So it's just another short. I can put out loads of shorts, but I'm not having the time to sit down and really film a colony for a decent amount of time at the minute. But I will do, and I've got a couple of really good videos planned. Not just a standard thing that I always do, but some actual good videos coming out again soon. And that is a promise. So yeah, I'm going to start saying it is towards the end of the stream. You have all been amazing as you always are. If you won a prize tonight, please do make contact with me and I will get that done for you straight away. Um, if there's anything else, please do message me anytime on any of my social medias. You know where you can find me: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Discord, TikTok, Patreon, everywhere, Twitter. We're pretty much everywhere. We like to be everywhere, and we're probably going to be joining more channels again soon because we're mad like that. Oh dear, oh dear. But yeah, so anyways, mind went off on a tangent, but the mouth didn't follow. It has been amazing. It's actually been a really good, fun stream again. You know, I say it every time. I love you all to bits. You're absolutely fantastic. Please do join me again on Wednesday. I will be booking in some more interviews and rebooking this interview. And there's lots more interesting people coming on the stream super soon. We have some bonus episodes going on to Spotify and that lot again soon, because I've been doing some offline interviews that will only be going on as bonus episodes. There is a couple on there already, but they're kind of hard to find. These will be a bit easier, a bit more in your face. As they're gonna be like bonus episode and exclamation mark. So if you can't miss them, like you can. So that's going to be up there. Great fun. I had great fun interviewing these people as well. Some of them have been absolutely spectacular. Some have been really hard to actually pin down for a time. So we've just sort of got in there and done it as and when we can. You'll need to bring your own way of getting a decent connection, because as I keep saying, it's internet black hole site. Right, yeah, that's fine. I will sort that, Katrina. I mean, is Vodafone good there? Probably not. I'll find something. I'll work it out. Thank you, Resaf. It's been brilliant. And yeah, I can't say the right words. Thank you. Thank you all for joining me again. It's been great fun. I'm going to love you and leave you. Massive thank you to my Patreon supporters, Katrina, Stacey, and Jason. You're all absolutely spectacular. And of course, Answer Us for supporting us in so many different ways, supporting and sponsoring these chat shows, and supporting and sponsoring the Great Ant exhibition in Bristol in August. So absolutely fantastic. Answer Us is always my place to go if I haven't got it on my site. And he is having a massive expansion at the minute, so expect his site to be pretty exciting very soon. But yeah, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'll see you again on Wednesday. So as always from me, I'll see you again soon, Ant fans. Good night and thank you so much.